Real quick, big update. I made a new channel. It's called It's Amiibo. Very cheesy, I know. This channel is dedicated to collecting content. Go subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. On to the real video. Sad day indeed. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Games, and today I want to discuss the death of the Mario and Sonic series. So, obviously the Olympics are going on right now in Paris, and a lot of people have been talking about this recently, where it's like, hey man, it's been 4 years since the last Mario and Sonic game came out. Where's the new one? We are overdue for a Mario and Sonic game. Back in the late 2000s and early 2010s, we were getting one every 2 to 4 years, right? So 2000, I believe 7 we had one, 2009 we had one, then 2012, then 2016, and then of course with the newest one at the Tokyo Olympics in 2020, we've had a Mario and Sonic game on a very regular release cadence, but the franchise has been MIA this entire year. A lot of people were expecting a new announcement, but now that the Olympics are happening, it's safe to say we aren't getting one. But we have some information from someone who actually worked on the series about the decision to kind of sunset this sub-series of Mario and Sonic games. So, reading from Eurogamer's Tom Phillips here, the International Olympics Committee walked away from its partnership with Nintendo and Sega from the long-running Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Game series in order to explore deals with new partners, NFTs, and esports. As the real-life Olympics gets underway in Paris, there's been discussion online of there being no new Mario and Sonic tie-in for this summer's games for the first time in almost 2 decades. Speaking with Eurogamer, a veteran behind the series has now said the decision to end the popular Mario and Sonic franchise rested with the IOC, which chose not to renew its licensing deal with Nintendo and Sega and allowed it to lapse in 2020. He said, quote, "They wanted to look at other partners and NFTs and esports. Basically, the IOC wanted to bring it back to themselves internally and to look at other partners so that they would end up getting more money." And this information is coming from Lee Crocker, someone who works at a sports marketing and digital media firm responsible for managing the Olympic Games license. So, yeah, this is something that a lot of people are talking about right now. It's a little sad if you are a fan of these games. I imagine there are also a lot of people that are just like, okay, I mean, these games aren't the highest of quality. And I can speak from my own personal experience that, like, it's kind of sad, right? Like, that we're not getting this historic crossover. It was such a big deal back in 2007 when they announced Mario and Sonic, and it came out in the Wii back then. It was such a big deal to have these two juggernauts cross over. But it was never the crossover I think people wanted. Like, it's cool to see, you know, Amy battling against, I don't know, like Peach or something, right? But these games were never that high quality. Really, they boiled down to kind of crummy mini games in a lot of cases, but it was always just a nice constant in my life. Always nice to have that Mario and Sonic game coming out every few years to look forward to, seeing what they do. I know at one point the Mario and Sonic game on Wii U, Rio 2016, didn't that have like the highest quality Mario model of all time or something? Like, it was really high quality. Those games look very nice. I think my most played game in the series is probably London 2012. I really played that one on the 3DS, actually. And then Tokyo 2020, I actually enjoyed quite a bit as well. Even though, like, yeah, these games are nothing special. They're just kind of fun weekend games that you can play with your friends and family. And to see them suddenly not, you know, continuing with this franchise is definitely just a bit of a bummer. The Olympics license has been a little all over the place the past decade. I know they did that big expansion for that Ubisoft game Steep, so at some point Ubisoft had the license. Then I believe in 2020, at the same time they did the Mario and Sonic Tokyo 2020 game, Sega also released a Sonic at the Olympics on mobile, and there was like a regular Tokyo 2020 Olympics with no other branding on it. So it was clear from there that they were trying to do different things with it. It's just surprising to me because while these games didn't sell that well, they still sold pretty good. And I imagine if they had maybe put a little bit more effort into making them more of a grand event, they could have sold way more. So if we're looking at these sales numbers, the first Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games sold, I believe, like 12 to 13 million on Wii. Then the Olympic Winter Games sold about 7 million copies. Then it just keeps going down. From there, London 2012 sold like 3.7. 2014 Sochi Olympic Winter Games sold 1.2. Of course, that was a Wii U game, exclusive. Then Rio 2016 Olympic Games, that was on 3DS and Wii U, sold like 1.1 million. So even though it was on 3DS, it still wasn't enough to really kind of save ship there. And then the most recent game with Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, you would think that game would have sold extremely well because it was on Switch during the peak of Switch, holiday 2019, I would say, right before Animal Crossing, right before the pandemic. That game only sold 1.3 million. So while they're not great sales, I don't know if they're enough to like cut the license, right? I mean, they're saying here that the Olympics are pursuing like NFTs and stuff, which, what year is it, man? It's just a very strange situation. I mean, I guess it's not that surprising to see companies still falling for the NFT trap. I saw that, I guess there's like an Olympics app now where you can get like digital collectibles or something. I don't know, man. I feel like maybe Mario and Sonic isn't the right route if you really want to market the Olympics as like a video game or an application or something. Maybe there's some other lifestyle kind of app you can do on your phone. But I don't know if NFTs is the right thing to do when the Olympics is something that, like, you know, is enjoyed by, I don't know, like people all over the world. NFTs are like such like a crypto bro thing. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if that really makes sense for them to really focus on as an app. I understand falling into the trap, I guess, but man, there's so many better things you can do with a licensed product of the Olympics when it's one of the biggest events in the world every 4 years. Like, I don't know, NFTs feels like a weird thing to target. But with all that said, you know, it's got me thinking. I kind of want to go back and play some of the older Mario and Sonic games, some of the ones I didn't play as much. I'll be honest, I didn't play either of the Wii games that much, which is when the series was apparently at its peak. I've really played more of the 3DS era and then, of course, the Switch game, so I would like to go back and play more. I'd also like to check out Sochi 2014. I didn't play much of that one either. I always wondered why they didn't release a 3DS version of that. I guess Nintendo really wanted Sega to release a Wii U exclusive, but while it's sad that they're, you know, ending the series, seemingly, you know, maybe they bring it back in 4 years, I kind of doubt it. While it's sad they're ending the series, it is nice in the future aspect because maybe this could open the door for a more proper Mario and Sonic crossover. I think people want Mario and Sonic to butt heads, right? They want to see them in a game together, and while it's cool that Mario and Sonic was there to serve that you know, audience, you can make a way more enticing Mario and Sonic game, be that just like a platformer, probably not, be that like a fighting game, be that a racing game, be that some sort of RPG. I mean, the sky is the limit, really, when it comes to making a proper Mario and Sonic crossover. Mario and Sonic, while cool, was really, in my opinion, like one of the, I don't want to say lamest because I don't want to insult the series because the series is fine, but like it really was one of like the least interesting things they could do. It's just like a minigame compilation with Mario and Sonic. Honestly, I'd even take like a more proper Mario Party, like an actual party game, over what we had with Mario and Sonic. So while it's sad the series is ending, hopefully it leaves the door open for Nintendo and Sega to collaborate on something in the future. We get a more grandiose crossover between these two iconic characters. I think that'd be awesome. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. How are you feeling about the lack of a Mario and Sonic game this year? Are you sad, or are you really not that bothered by it? I mean, based on the sales numbers, I would still argue 1.3 million is pretty good for Mario and Sonic 2020, but at the same time, that is on the Switch, which has an install base of like 150 million at this point, so probably not the best. That's probably, you know, they saw that number there and like, maybe we shouldn't, maybe we shouldn't continue doing these games. And I guess I can see where the Olympics were coming from when they dropped Nintendo and Sega. So, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Of course, subscribe here for more Nintendo Switch news, reviews, coverage, all of that stuff. Follow my new channel, It's Amiibo. I just posted a short over there yesterday. Also, I posted my 3DS collection, so definitely go check out that video, and I would appreciate that. Follow me on Twitter, @BoTalksGames, and until next time, folks, peace.